So, as an experienced reader. Oh, welcome readers! Welcome readers!
Tom Merman says, Critics Kalyar Bongos. Translated from Indonesian. Dog with Glasses says, Oh my dog. Translated from Welsh.
Namphis Macaroon just followed.
Oh my, we got the
Welcome
egg
in Tom
right!
Merman.
I forgot
Welcome in
something.
Dog with Glasson.
Nymphus Macaroon says, Hello. Who's that? Hi,
I'll
hi,
lower
Cricket
my
Cat.
volume.
Translated from Malay. Fixerbot says,
Welcome in Pustak. Welcome in Namphis Macaroon.
D-Dub says,
Hey, fix it. Fix it 42 love.
Fixerbot says,
We're getting
Hi
overwhelmed by
Namphis Macaroon.
noise.
Welcome to the stream and thanks for the follow. Less than 3.
Colin Bellino says, I have no idea what is going on D. Fixerbot says,
Welcome in Colin Bellino.
Cricket
Sockhouse
says,
Studios just
Hey.
followed.
Fixerbot says,
Welcome in Cricket.
I'll
Colin
just have to
Bellino
wait,
says.
right?
but here we are, D. Sockhouse Studios says, Choo choo. Fixerbot says,
Choo-choo.
Welcome in Sockhouse Studios.
Sockhouse Studios says, Sockholade Train. Fixerbot says,
Hi
Oh,
Sockhouse
And the
Studios.
second raid.
Welcome to the stream and thanks for the follow. Less than 3.
6 raiders from Duct Tape Dev
My
Ops
messages
have
were
joined.
not really dimensioned for
Sockhouse
this,
Studios
right?
says, How are you today?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm great.
What
This
are
was
you working
fun.
on? Duct Tape DevOps says, Sockholade
I'm-
Train Duct to 12 Raid Duct to 12 Show me Duct to 12 Fix it Cheers.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome in, everybody. I was thinking, like, what am I gonna do with this raid train? Am I gonna do like programming, electronics, cybersecurity stuff? So I couldn't decide. So I decided to do all of them in one project, right? A tiny project, but anyway. So let's start. I was just checking on my streamer bot while I was waiting here, making sure everything worked. So let's make sure I can see my chat somewhere there. And I've hidden everything so you couldn't see it before. So I've got this. And this is a Digispark. I don't know if you have used them, but it's like a tiny Arduino. And all you have to do to use it is to plug it into USB. So I thought we'd do stuff with it.
Nymphus
And-
Macaroon says, Are you doing embedded programming?
That's a good
Cricket
question. What
says,
do you mean with embedded
awesome.
programming? I'm kind of doing
Sockhouse
everything.
Studios says,
I
"Ooh,
cannot
hardware."
choose what to do. Yeah, so I've got some. I can show you later. Let's just do one thing first.
Duct Tape DevOps says, Your audio levels are great today.
Great, that's good. So I lowered my audio so I can hear you, but I hope you don't have much echo. Just tell me if you have lots of echo on the TTS and everything. I can always lower it more. I still hear you very well, so I can do that. I could also look for
Haven't
it.
heard it yet.
Great. Then I'll increase to 10 because that was a little low. So I have lots of, let's see, this one, I'll show you. Here it is. It's a Digispark, and it's a very tiny computer. And as you see on this one, you can use these connectors. And
Hear a slight echo but not bad. Duct to 12 Giraffical.
okay, great, thanks. I hope it's okay. because I prefer not having a headset, and I had these tiny in-ears, but they didn't work good yesterday. You couldn't hear the TTS at all, so something went wrong. And my old ones mysteriously disappeared in my cleaning the day before that. So, that's cleaning for you. You shouldn't do too much of it, right? Anyway, if you want to, you can solder these here, and you can use it for other stuff. The funny thing with this is, since it's got an USB integrated, as you can see, it's very tiny on the card. You can, it's told. Oh my god! Let me show you the. I had the wrong screen again. Let's do. I have another one over here. No, that's good enough. This is good enough. Here. The Digispark looks like this, and it's got a USB, and you can also use these pins. But the first 5 seconds when you plug it in,
Dub says,
you can burn new
How'd your microscope
things.
setup go yesterday?
Yeah, if you want to, I can show you later, but I'm not sure that this USB plugging in and out will break if I plug it in right now, so I'll wait for a second. You can see it's still up there, but I've connected it a bit differently with the light and stuff. And this camera works quite well now. I should have another camera to show the camera. So let's just see. I'm not sure if you're interested, but this is an ATtiny85. So it's quite similar to some Arduinos that happen to have 80 processors. ATmegas probably on them. So ATtiny and ATmega. You can get the thing there. Let's close that. So, I'm actually using an old version of the Arduino IDE, and it doesn't have a dark mode. So I was thinking we could start with something like this, to program this to just type stuff on the keyboard. What do you think of that? So then we make this little thing pretend it's a keyboard. I think that's kind of cool. So maybe I should put up an image here still. Let me add a source. Add a scene. And I'm thinking, I don't think I have to hurry write duct tape. No one's going after me right now yet. Because I'm thinking, how much time have I got left? Do I have to stress through this? I think the spot is
Hi, OpenSet just followed. Welcome to the stream and thanks for the follow. Less than 3.
Duct tape debit says, Duct to 12 graphical.
Yeah,
OpenSet
Arduino.
says, Arduino numt crack. Translated from Dutch.
Um,
Fixerbot says,
Welcome in
I'll have to
OpenSet.
wait.
Duct
Me
tape
being
debit
quiet.
says, OpenSmath 1 OpenSmath 2.
So I'm looking for a source. I could have done that while the TTS was talking.
I have to mute my TDS tab sometimes, lol.
Yeah, sometimes maybe I should. But it's fun too, you know? And if I'm not in a hurry, why not listen to what people say? I think it's much nicer to hear it also when you're listening to the stream.
Nebula Whiskers just followed. Welcome to the stream and
I
thanks
could
for
mute
the follow.
those. I
Less
could do
than
that.
3.
Maybe... Nah, it's nice. We have to welcome people at least 3 times per person, right? So welcome Nebula Whiskers and everybody else again. Let's see now. I'm adding a source so that I can see, or you can see both at the same time, since I'm going to program this.
Duct tape debit says, Duct to 12 fix it cheers.
So I'm just checking what it's called. It's called desktop, right? Oh my god, why does OBS always start with this tiny little box, right? So you have to drag it out.
D-Dub says,
It was fun to ask people which is better, Atmel or Pick Chips, but since Microchip acquired them, it's not much fun anymore lol.
No, and I used to. I was thinking I don't like this kind of fake C or what you call it, so I thought I'd use Microchip Studio, or Atmel Studio, and then when I tried it, like more recently, I couldn't get it to work. So I'll have to dig into that and see if I can do like CN assembler for Arduinos and these, because I prefer to know what's happening more than this. So, whatever, let's continue. Now we have an image, we can see what happens, so I can show you this. Let's just remove the keyboard, right? We don't have to see the keyboard. or my mouse and stuff. So there. We got an image. We may want to see that thing. And let's put it below the chat. There. Can you still hear the TTS? Yeah, we're in the left screen. It was... I don't think that was a problem yesterday, right? It was other things. So, let's do this.
Says, test.
Is it okay? Yeah? So, let's see. This... I hope I'm not screaming into the mic now. As you can see, this is a tiny, tiny program, and all that it does is... This doesn't do anything, and this is a loop. And this is how Arduino programs are usually set up, with a setup and a loop. And in the loop, it sends a keystroke that is 0, which I don't know exactly. It sounds very nullish. And then it says, hello Digispark, and it waits. So it just keeps looping this. And we'll start by just clicking the little check mark to verify. And we find out...
I still have trauma from when I was forced to program a PIC chip in assembly language because my instructor thought it was important.
Yeah, but I think that's fun. I have PICs too. But of course, if you use C and just put in a bit of assembler where you really need it to be efficient, because if you use these tiny chips, then you need to be efficient. That's kind of the fun part of it, I feel like. If you're sending signals and you need the timing to be good, then you need assembler sometimes to get the right timings there. So let's continue to we see that this tiny program uses 46% of the storage on this one. It knows that it's let me show you here. I've set it to use Digispark. So it knows, and if you haven't set that, it can't do this. So now it knows how much memory it will need, and like that. So usually when you program Arduinos, you connect them and then you run this button, upload. But with these Digisparks, you only have 5 seconds when it starts, when you can load new code, and then it runs the code. So this is what we'll see, that when I click this button, it will tell us to plug this in. Here you see, plug in device now. So let's plug it in. And now it has loaded, and if you look at the screen, it's destroying our code. So right now it's pretending to be a keyboard, and it's typing, and it will keep typing for an eternity. And I think this is kind of cool, right? We'll do some more cool stuff with this. I've got my virtual Kali machine here. So should we unplug it? There. right now, I was seeing. Let's undo this. Undo. There. So we have.
Ductate Devips says, I think you discount how cool devs think physical tech is Ducta 12
Okay. Where was I going? Yeah, right.
D-Dub says,
Here.
Seems to operate similar to KeyCroc.
KeyCroc. I haven't heard of it. Please tell me. I noticed this. We could do a Rickroll, right? With this, if we plug it in and we go to a certain page. So this could be fun. So let's just copy this page, this code. We don't need the second part. This is adding a fake update to Windows, and it's pressing F11 to full screen the web page. So let's just do the, let's add the comment to there. And there's lots of this code online. You can see
Web
this. Oh, cool. Cool. Oh, that's the expensive version, right? There's lots of rubber duckies and stuff and cool things. But you see the price on this, and let's see what this costs. Not available. Whatever. Let's do another link then.
Basically a key logger with preloaded payloads and ducky scripts.
Yeah, this has limitations, of course, since it's very tiny and very cheap. And I think I probably bought it much cheaper than this too. This 5-pack here. So let's see. I'll save this tab. I just wanted to show you that just this page has lots of examples with different things you can do. And we'll do a reverse shell in a bit. So let's make a new file. And if I had the correct connection working on the new version of Android Studio, it does have dark mode. So I didn't have the time to fix it. Now we have the code. Let's save it as something useful. Let's do Rickroll. There. And let's remove this second part. It's running. Let's see what it does. First it waits a bit. Then it sends a 0 keystroke that I have to check what it is actually. And then maybe it's enter. No, enter is down here. So then it does, well, Windows key R. It types the URL and enter, and then it waits, and it does another page. So I'm thinking what do you think? Should we do both pages? We can let it do both pages, but I don't think the video will start automatically since that's my settings. Maybe we'll have to tweak it in that case. One thing that I'm curious about is why they leave the setup empty and then have the code in the loop and then have an empty for to stop it. Is this a limitation in the Digispark that it doesn't use the setup? I'm not sure. We could try that, but let's load this first and see if it works. So first let's just build it here. So it fit. now it's both. I've got this ready. Click on the upload. And we got 60 seconds to put it in. It's loaded, and there it goes. And as I thought, we'd have to add something to make it play to. Maybe add a space. Hitting space there, right? No. We got Windows working on updates. So let's see if we can get started. That should be an easy tweak, right? And a quick one. What do you think? Key space? Could that work? Maybe here, before this one. Let's see what it says. I'm just guessing. But hopefully it's logical. It's plugged in, so I have to unplug it to get this 5 seconds again. There. So, loading time. It's done. Let's see if it can start it too. Yeah! So, right, we should have full screen that one too. Was it just like F and F11? Ah, whatever. Oh my god, how young he is there. Let's close that one. Okay, so let's go for the third one.
Says, Num Dance. Translated from Dutch.
Yeah, so let's do a bit cooler one. Let's close that one, and the Raid Train still open there. Keyboard one, and let's get the Rev Shell. So it's got the same loop at the end. Maybe we should try it, see if it works. The other one. You can see me and hear good, I hope. So this just does the symbols here again, and then it does waits for 2 seconds, sends the Windows run, and types PowerShell. And as you can see, new object net web client, download string, and there's the URL for a file. And IX.
Mr. says,
Welcome in Big Tam.
Big Tam says, I see you have Try Hack Me linked in your tabs below the stream. What do you think of it? I've always been interested in cybersecurity, but I feel like I'd lose interest quite quickly if it's just a lot of reading.
It's quite interactive. So, but I kind of stopped doing it very much, but I want to continue. I've just had lots of stuff to do. So if I would start, I would maybe start with this Advent of Cyber. That was recently. It was one thing every day for December there. 1st to 28th, I think. So try that. And there's also different guides like for beginners and everything. And I'm still a beginner. Very much a beginner. So, but I have this background in IT. So I started like programming when I was 11, and then I started working with computers when I was 20. And then, yeah, so I've got some background knowledge of computers. So I hope that it will be easier to learn everything and to hopefully work in that area. That's kind of my goal. But this is very fun too, so but this is more of a hobby, of course. So let's continue. We have to do the same again. I think that if you don't click the verify, it does it automatically. So, but still, we have it ready and we run it. Then, before we use it, right, it will run it at once. So let's do the preparations first. And of course I prepared, so it will be quick. So let's just log in here. And this is the script that it will download. And this is Alhazred's script. So I made a little command to shout him out over here. Let's see if it works. Maybe not. We can just do it manually if it doesn't work. I'll just do it manually. That's the first time I tried that one. I just edited it. Oh my god, my keyboard is in English. I should tell you that for this to work, I had to set my keyboard, since the header file that it uses, DigiKeyboard H, this one is for American keyboard. So if I use another keyboard like Swedish that I do, it doesn't work. So actually, it's a security feature to have a different keyboard. I didn't know that before a few months ago. So. Anyway, let's. I can do that one later. Let's try. I did one for you too, Duck. See if Duck works. Probably the same, because I think I copied it. Let's do shoutouts for you guys instead. If I can just find the key. Is it over here? Right? Yeah. Shout out. I was mostly worried having to try to spell his name, you know, but I'll have to copy it. Better do it at once. This was what I was trying to avoid. Get my streamer brought up. I'll move it over here so you don't have to watch. I actually tried using their built-in functions. I'm blind. Maybe I should have this on so you can see how blind I am. Okay, this is curious because I added these and they're gone, so I think I know why they didn't work. Well. Then I can't copy the names from there. Anyone can spell it? I'll open the shoutout command for everybody to use. So I don't have to type it. Let's Google, or I can do this. Whatever, let's do stuff. I'll do that later. I don't want to bore you guys. So his script, it's called this.
Question mark. Dick. Translated from Dutch.
Oh my. And we're already at 28 minutes, but I guess that's kind of good. Kind of good timing. Okay, I'll do this. I'll do this. It's quick.
So off that, we got another challenge.
Now we got audio too. That was not my intention. I'll have to find a way not to get Twitch to start stuff at once. So now, let's see if this works better. There. So this is a script, and the one that was in it didn't work so good. So let's see. Yeah. First we start just the server. And if someone doesn't know, this is a simple Python command to use this module to start on the port 8000 and HTTP server. It's very simple. There. So now it's listening for the files in this directory, my home directory, or Kali users home directory, are shared on this. The IP address is not here, but I can show you later. And we'll also need to listen with Netcat, and this just listens on this port for connections. So it's very simple. And here we have the IP address of my virtual, and this is the port 8, and this is a script. Port 8000 that we opened, and the script's name, which was in the directory. So, if there are any questions, just ask, but I think it's very simple, right? So now let's download this. Device timed out because I didn't do it. We are prepared, but maybe we should do it like this, so that we can see if something happens. Two things will happen. A line will appear here where it gets the file. And can you do this? Nah. Because I should maybe have had them both open. I didn't think about that. Not worth the time to do it. So if we get a connection here, then maybe I should do more basic. That if someone bad wants to connect your computer, maybe they can't, you know, but maybe your computer can connect to them, and that's what this does. If you connect this to their computer and it runs on their computer and they connect to you, then you can have control over their computer back, and that's why this is done then. So let's upload. There. And remember, it will run at once. And I noticed that sometimes the PowerShell window stays open and sometimes it closes. So I guess there's something that's a tiny bit broken there. But now we can see here we have the file has been downloaded from this IP, and we have got a connection. So if I press enter here, we have the more normal prompt, and we can type like ls or dir here, and we could read files on my Windows computer from this virtual machine. So if this was some bad person putting this into your computer, this tiny little thing could actually do this. But I have turned off the defenses of Windows because I didn't want to dig very deep into this. But it's possible anyway. But Windows will react and try to send information to Microsoft at once if you have it activated. So it's quite good. Also, when this window pops up and we close it, it will lose the connection here. So we can try again and just pop it out and pop it back in. And I'll just make sure that I don't have this selected because this is a virtual machine and it will trap all the Windows keys and everything. So there. Let's see if it closes the window this time. Oh right, you know, I haven't restarted the we won't get a connection. Yeah, nothing is listening. We have to restart this first. So you see I'm in there now. I have to click here and pop this back in. The HTTP server here, it's still running. You see, you can do several times. Well, this one we have to restart. I added a bit of extra delay there just to make sure that I'm not in here. And also I did make it automatically select the host when I plug this in, it asks. So when you're doing it in a virtual machine, we have the connection again there. I don't know why it sometimes pops up this window and sometimes not. That's interesting. And I also can run this from the prompt in PowerShell, just like this. Here. So this is how I tested it. I just run this. And before I had something listening, I got an error message. So, yeah, maybe I should show you. There are of course other things we could try with this. What do you think? I was thinking maybe we could add more of this into here instead of downloading a file and see what happens then. But it kind of feels like we did that already. We'll see. So,